Yes, sir. Yeah, we are here. Winner's Circle Podcast. Thank you for joining us. I am your host, the Home Team King, and we got
D'Angelo Entertainment, man of all minis. Ep7. We here now. Let's get it.
Hey, I just want to say something before we get started. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Like me and you, I think we're a good team. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Sure.
you play your position, I play my
Yeah.
position. That's why it's, this perfect. This is our baby right here, man. I really appreciate you. And hey, look, let's get on to the topic, man. Quality over quantity. That's your topic. Talk to us, D'Angelo Entertainment. It's your topic.
Man, quality over quantity. A lot of people understand, a lot of people don't. But like I said, I excellent beats excuses every time. What you think about that? What you feeling?
I'm with
What you
that, bro.
feeling that? What you feeling?
I'm loving it, but hey, I would say something, but I'm not. They ain't paying us. Hey, look, but I'm loving it. Hey, listen, quality over quantity. So, sometimes, hey, listen, man. Nobody want to hear your excuses. My son don't want to hear when he say he needs some money or he needs something. If I say I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and sometimes things happen. You understand what I mean? So sometimes things are inevitable. But at the end of the day, you gotta be, especially as men, we gotta stand on our word. And if we don't, hey, we gotta own it. We gotta accept it. So, but quality, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes being consistent is a good thing. So quantity isn't a good thing. I mean, is it a bad thing? But quality definitely is. Even if you're gonna be like with me, I mean, we put out a lot of stuff. Like lately, especially, we got the podcast. D'Angelo Entertainment, whole team. Got the live from the field show. So we putting out a lot of content. But I feel like it's a lot of quantity. But guess what? We giving them quality. It's a lot of quantity and quality.
A lot of
You understand what I
quality.
mean?
Yes,
But
yes.
like it took a time to get here, but I think I had a lot of hiccups. I remember back when we was doing like green screens and stuff, but I kept at it. So sometimes you got to keep at it, don't quit. But
Yeah.
definitely quality. Take pride in your work. A lot of kids these days, I can see it at the jobs I'm in. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. If you see watching this podcast and I work with you, shout out to you. But I see it, man. I see like people do just enough to get by. I used to do the same thing. Like I'm doing just enough to get my check, and that's cool. I get it, but sometimes that don't really build you as a winner, man. You got to be uncomfortable being comfortable. Well, all right, fam, check it out, right? We had to make some minor adjustments, but we back.
You back.
So let's get back to quality over quantity.
Quality over quantity. Like I said, we're gonna touch base on excellent beat excuses every time. And with that being said, when I think about excellence beating excuses every time, it's when you have a customer or anybody that's calling your phone, they want to get quote for prices. You break down what are you getting for your your quote. You know what I'm saying? You tell them you get this, you get that. Hey, I use all commercial products or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I use the best of the best. All my businesses, I use the best of the best. I pay a lot of money for these things to have. And, when you tell people this, a lot of people don't understand because, again, everybody's going to price shop. They're going to feel a way to get something lower. They're going to feel a way to get the little discount. But when they see the quality of it, they understand. And then a lot of times that's why I always tell people go look at my page. Look at the work I done and look at the customers that I built over through time that I still use to this day. You know what I'm saying? From 10 plus years, I'm still doing things for people over and over because they know the quality of it. And also with the quality, you don't always have to always, call that person back all the time for something. Like for instance, houses. When I clean houses, I use commercial products. You don't need to call me up for another 2 to 3 years. You get that quantity person that give you that $99 special and all this, you'll be calling them back within the next few months. And I just think when when I wrote down today and I wanted to touch on that topic was excellent beats excuses every time. It stands out. You know what I'm saying? The money that we spend, a lot of people don't know the money that you spend for these products, the time you put in, it got to be worth the time. So I feel as though, like I said,
Hey,
people
look.
also take consideration in those things.
No, you got. Hey,
You
look.
really
So
do.
that's just like, hey, some of y'all used to hustle. Some of y'all, matter of fact, some of y'all still do. you gonna go buy some bullshit weed, because guess what? You gonna be sitting on that shit forever. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing applies when the business. And if you in the drug game,
Yeah.
if you in the dope, if you that vicious and you can have a whole business infrastructure
Yeah.
in dope, which is way more risky, with like all the odds against you, you can do that in business. Guess what? Buy a great product, okay,
Yep.
and sell it
Yeah.
at
Set
a
a good
good price.
price.
And that's another. Oh man,
Because
I'm
I
so
know.
glad you so. I'm
Yeah.
so
Because
glad you brought that up.
I. because I
And
know.
don't sell them to the people that your immediate. Let them come to you. Your audience, most of your core audience, is going to be the people that. But you gotta give
And
them
I.
good quality.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just feel it. I
Say that
just
quality
know.
over quantity.
Yeah. And I just know that that when people like, I know when people buy weed, I know a guy he has to roll up every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. I know the good quality back then when you so
I ain't
you
gonna lie, we
I
used to
hit
do
it.
that a lot. I used to
I
like
hit it. I hit,
back
bruh,
chain
back then,
smoking in
long
my
time
chain.
ago. I hit a
Man.
J and I was high the whole fucking day, bro.
Chain smoking
You
in
know what
my
I'm saying?
chain.
But like I
Man.
said, that's quality. That's paying top dollar for something. But then when you pay for cheap, you coming back every 5. You coming back every 2 minutes to hit a J to get high. Like it's crazy talk. Like I said, let's go next. On the board, what we got? We got just cause it's less doesn't mean it's better. And I think we just touched on that. Just because it's cheap, don't mean that it's better at all. I think sometimes I would tell a lot of people, hey, just call me when you're ready. You know what I'm saying? And if you find somebody, go ahead. Cause I'm standing on my prices all day. And just because I know the work that I put in and I know what I do and what it does for people, and you know what I'm saying, it just makes
Man.
it seem better. Cause it's a representation of
No,
me, of my
it's the
business. You know
old
what I'm
saying.
saying?
It's the old saying. You want me to pay to get it for you, but you want to get this free from me? Nah. No, it ain't going that. That's crazy. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy. It don't even add up. So it's like a lot of times, same thing. Hey, I totally understand, man. Don't nobody want to give up no money. But I'm gonna tell you something. People will give up money for what they see value in. For some reason, they
Yeah.
don't see value. And a lot of times, you can have something valuable, but just because they in your media circle, we're gonna get on that in one of my topics. But and D'Angelo Entertainment gonna love this, so he got so much to chime on that as well. But this like kind of boils down to the nitty, like the same, pretty much what we talking about. Like just because at the end of the day, put it to you like this: Caribbean people, y'all know y'all my family Caribbean, they Trinidadian, okay, they married into the family, not just them Jamaican, all them, and all foreigners most time, especially my Indians, yeah. They think it's New Delhi around this joint. Everything is a deal. You got some people that tell you off bucks. I never pay. I'm always gonna, and it's people like that, and I get it. And in their mind, they're thinking they're winning. Their mind, they're thinking they're saving money. They're making money. But guess what? They can't even see. You ain't even got to see it, but they saving money, right? Just by feeling like they getting a cheaper price from you. And that's so crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's why with me, and I get it, everybody tight for their bread, but you gotta live in abundance. Hey, listen, I had an old saying, right? And I know y'all probably heard, but I guess an old person told me this, right? You can't get nothing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you something with your fist closed like this. It's all tight and you can't like your shit gripping like like
Yeah.
hey, you gotta give to receive. I know it sounds crazy, but trust me, a lot of people you see successful, a lot of times, a lot of some people are greedy, However, a lot of them give, even the greedy, because they can't spend it all at the end of the day. Live in abundance, man. Your time gonna come and listen. If you gonna live your whole freaking life mad because you ain't no billionaire. I feel like I told y'all that. I feel like a billionaire every day. D'Angelo saying he feel like, you know what I'm saying? He wanted in his check, he wanted in his account, right? But and guess what? It's a totally different ball. I'm talking all this shit. It's
Yeah.
different. I'm talking all this shit. When my Billy hit my account, guess what? It's a different ball game when it really hit, right?
I'm going to
But
buy real
I
estate.
just hope
I'm going to buy real
I stay
estate.
true to myself. And guess what? If I fucks with you,
I'm going to
tell
buy
us
land as soon as
when
I
we
meet
get.
Billy. I
Hey,
tell you that.
I gotta stay grounded though. But I'm gonna tell you what's gonna keep us grounded. We're gonna get into that too. Our relationship with the Lord, at the end of the day, because that's the main reason. Money is just a way, of course, the evil one put in our way,
Yeah.
just to rip us apart. You understand what I'm saying? That's why everybody, you see people, oh, I'm at the club, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, because it looked like you spent more money than the next person.
Yeah.
So you feel like you just spent more money than the next person. You understand what I'm saying? That old saying too. If I got 1,000 in my bank account, I get somebody 500, and you got 50,000, and you get somebody 500, who gave more, me or you?
All right, next. We got quality creates value. quantity create noise. And I would say, with me just reading that, I feel as though quality, it stands a long way. You know, what you think about Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and stuff like that? Those purses stand stitched up for years. I remember my mom; she used to always go. I don't know if it's still. I believe it is Dooney and Burke. My mother loved Dooney and Burke because again, the stitching on it stays. The quality of it stays in place for years. You know, and I just think that goes a long way when you're looking at the dollar amount of things, look at the quality of it, the long haul of you not having to go take it to the store, ship it off, and and get the stitching on it. You know what I'm saying? Hookah. I use coconut coals, and people like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Coconut. What's the difference between coconut coals and the round circle coals? First of all, the circle codes, they have a lot of carbon monoxide in them. If people don't know, Cafe 8, all y'all people that say Cafe 8 and it's cheap and all this because they use the circle codes, a lot of carbon monoxide in those. I use coconut natural clothes, which last a long time. If you ever notice, we're on the episode, we're still smoking on the same coals throughout the whole segment. That's
Hey,
quality.
I ain't gonna lie. This is smooth as no.
Like,
Hey, the Bay
that's
of Hookah
quality.
got.
I
Hey,
spend a lot of money on my stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because I like the quality. I like the people that have a good time and
hey, nah.
home, and we smoking on that home team king by the way. Which
Hey,
lasts
first and foremost, though, real quick, I got you. Dad, you gotta let me get it out. Hey, listen, man. First and foremost, y'all already know we powered by True Tella Network.
that's right.
Sponsored
Sponsored by
by Neve Hookah, all right?
the smoothest city in the city, the
Hey,
world.
smoothest in the city, huh? Hey, guess what? By the way, hey, listen, whenever y'all ready, hey, guess what? Matter of fact, we ain't gonna speak on it. We'll speak on it a little later. Anyway, on to the next.
Hold on,
topic.
we didn't get it. We didn't get into quantity create noise.
Oh, excuse me.
So what's your talk? What's your take on quantity?
No.
Quantity.
It's a lot of. So I'm gonna tell you, quantity. Hey, a lot of people, quality is visual noise. You understand what I'm saying? Quality is visual noise. You can feel it. Like he was talking about the Gucci, Dooney and Burke, Prada,
Yeah, all
Saint
this
Laurent,
type stuff y'all wear. Yeah.
shoot, everything, Balmain, whatever you want. A
Yeah.
lot of that stuff. I used to look at people like that. You just want to. It's all about intentions. Like I've learned in my life. Like I'm learning about people's intentions, and that's how I judge you. Not judge you, Tudor, because I don't like to judge anybody, but that's how you know, I move around you, depending on your intentions. So it's like with intentions, if your intentions, of course, a lot of people buy a lot of. I used to be with a female. She loved this. I'm like, you just want it because of the name, and then like, no, it's because of the. And and I always knew that quality was better, but that's the main thing. Like a lot of people, I love Gucci.
Yeah.
All right, I like their glasses. I like that. I like certain shoes
not
that I like.
Gucci-
Just good quality.
not
Not
Gu-
all Gucci.
not-
I like everybody talk about Gucci, but Saint Laurent, really for real, Saint Laurent, Tom Ford, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, far as forget the name. I'm just talking about
not the
those
stuff
people
from the
put quality.
Baltimore flea market.
No.
We talking
Not the
about
Canal
you
Street.
going down
Nah.
to Tyson's 2. Not Tyson's 1, but Tyson's 2 buying quality stuff going. They not letting you go in there unless you got an appointment at.
Sometimes people ain't name whores, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's just they want good quality, but I understand that. But guess what? At the same time, you can find some good quality stuff. You ain't got to break the bank either.
Yeah.
But, I like good cologne. I don't like, you know what I'm saying, certain shit, certain stuff that I like and certain stuff I spend my money on. So, but that's the point. People see the value in it. If they see the value in how other people see them in it, how other people feel about it, like, because a lot of time that's what it's about. But like with us, just far as even with this podcast, even with all our shows, anything far as with the Live from the Field, True Telling Network, all of that, we try to bring quality. So we try to bring quality.
So all we saying is, when you think about doing something or you kind of penny pitching, think about the long haul of it and not think about the short term. Think about the long haul. How would this better me and get me to where I need to go than taking the short term, taking the baby steps. And sometimes you might have to just take that footstep and go all in. You know what I'm saying? Spend that money because it's going to benefit you in the long haul. And that's what has made me successful in business and continue to learn a lot of different things.
Hey, we spend a lot of money on a lot of this stuff, man. Y'all don't understand. Like we spend a lot of time. It's really ain't even about the bread for real. It's really about the time. You don't get the time back, but we spend a lot of money to bring things to people. And hey, at the end of the day, you're benefiting off of it. Like we had a conversation of somebody, hey, and we're gonna talk about it. Hey, certain things happen. You know, we might have promoted something on our show, and it might not have took off the way a person might have liked. And we understand it's business, right? You know, you want to see a return on your investment. Any business owner, any businessman or woman wants to see a return on their investment, right? Totally understand. I want to see a return on mine. However, you know what I mean? You got to realize something too, the value in certain things. You know, we're consistent. You know, we shoot every single week. You understand? Every single week. We are growing. However, we're bringing something that nobody, this look is amazing. Oh, we giving you photo shoots. You know, we giving you all different type of looks. So, you know, you got to understand the value. And guess what? If people don't see the value soon, you will. But, you know, just understand like this is
And we
growing.
got the best in the business.
And we got the best in the business. We promoting hookah. This hookah, hey,
Premium.
why don't you see the numbers
Premium.
on the hookah? You understand what I'm saying? Not just because D'Angelo Entertainment hustling, but we got this on the show. And guess what? It's going to be a lot of things coming on. And guess what? It's not going to be free. Okay? You want to sponsor something? We can definitely do it. It's like you should see our numbers right now. You know, we got over 15,000 watch hours.
And look,
a month. 15, what is it? 15, over 15. We're growing on our subscribers, 25 extra subscribers.
And we only on episode 7.
Hey, look, and we appreciate all the subscribers. Every single one of y'all, much love. And we just want y'all to keep sharing the show, man. Right now, if you haven't already, go like. If you didn't, share it. Or if you didn't hit the subscribe button, hit that subscribe button.
And comment.
Let's go. But definitely, like, you know, a lot like that, like I said before, you know, you want us to pay to get it for you, but you want to get it free from us. You know what I'm saying? You get emotion, all that stuff. Everything's gonna, and guess what? You have to, everything is a seed. Everything is a seed. You got to see it grow.
Real quick. Also, we got one more thing. Focus on depth, not the volume. And I would say you got to look at it. Let's say, for example, let's make it really plain and simple. Let's look at a football team, basketball team. You got good depth, which I'm saying you got your star players and you got your role players. And with that being said, is you got your star players that's going to, you know, give them. But when they got to be subbed out, what they got to do? They got to make sure they also bring that same energy, bring that same team in, and that brings the depth of keeping up. You know, everybody has a position, and
you gotta play your role, man.
Play your role.
Everybody want to. Sometimes people want to overdo it. Sometimes you got to know when to be the leader. You got to know when to break the rules. So you got to know when to let somebody go ahead and take the lead as well. So, I appreciate that. That's good. That's good stuff right there. But as you know, this is sponsored by Tella Network, and it's sponsored by Nevaeh Hookah,
baby.
The smoothest blend ever. Let's go, man. Hey, and don't forget, subscribe to the Winner Circle. Oh, and also if you love sports, subscribe to the Live from the Field show. Hey, if you didn't already, make sure you hit that subscribe bell, all right? This show, the Winner Circle podcast, all right, is sponsored by Nevaeh Hookah, all right? We also are powered by Tella Network, okay? Also, like I said, make sure you follow all the hosts and don't forget to subscribe to the Winner Circle podcast. Also, if you love sports, make sure you subscribe to the Live from the Field show, all right? Home Team King, D'Angelo Entertainment, Winner Circle. Let's go. All right, listen. If you didn't know, Nevaeh Hookah, smoothest blend, make sure y'all get that Home Team King blend as well. We're going to have it online for y'all real soon, too.
We at La Cause 6 days a week. Don't forget that. 6 days a week. We always remind y'all. 6 days. Y'all know where to find us at. 6 days a week. And we also got a surprise for y'all, too. Actually, at the Memorial Day weekend, we will also be at Black Cow location that's located in Bowie, Maryland. We'll be doing hookah service up there also. I'll make sure I update y'all on the schedule with that also, but let's go.
No doubt. Make sure you update us up on all that. D'Angelo Entertainment. Listen, all right? Now, the Live from the Field show, y'all already know. Subscribe to that channel as well. I'm the host of that. And if you love sports, you're going to love it. We show you how to be a real life super fan going to the games.
Season is here, baby.
Football season is here. D'Angelo Entertainment. We don't talk too much sports about it. But guess what? I want to talk about it, all right? Because, you know, hey, I'm going to put this on. We're going to put this on Live from the Field show too as well. How do you feel, all right? Because there's some big news going on in the town right now, okay? In the city, all right? In the whole DMV. We finally got a #1 overall NBA lottery draft pick this season. We ain't had one since Wall. That was this crazy how Wall been, like, all this year, they've been kind of giving Wall this love. Like, they've been inching to. I didn't think that the odds against Vegas, we was losing it. We weren't losing it, but the odds was we weren't going to get one. I didn't even think we were going to get one. Nobody thought that.
Man, it just feels good, man. DC or nothing, man. Stand up. I like to give applause for my city. This is my city. You know what I'm saying? And it just and the sports is back. You know, man. We got JD already got the city going crazy. Jersey sales going crazy. Season going crazy this year. And with the Wizards man back, bro, that's real big, bro.
Hey, if you ain't rocking with that home team, you ain't doing nothing. How you feel about that first round pick in years? Like how that feel? Did that give you a little bit of energy, that little bit of juice, D'Angelo Entertainment, or what?
Man, I like AJ. AJ.
Oh,
AJ,
I ain't
AJ,
answer. He already telling me who he like. That's who you
AJ
wanted
is
to
the
pick
pick.
up.
AJ's the pick.
Wow.
BYU, AJ.
Like he is the
It
best
just
one right now. Why though?
it's just because it balanced out the whole team. We already got Trey, Ice Trey. We already got AD that we really ain't seen yet, but we know what he can do when he get healthy. Plus, we got the young guns. We got Keyshawn George. We got Trey Johnson, the
Sauce.
man Star. We
Alex
got
Sauce.
Alex Star. We still got Koulibaly there. You know what I'm saying? And I like the young core guys, but I think
Keyshawn George.
yeah, Keyshawn George. Like I said, Bud. I like
Still
Bud
got
too.
Bud.
And I just think that AJ he's gonna because we're missing that power. Like he's not really a power, but we're missing that forward. You know what I'm saying? They could kind of get down there. His game is smooth. His game is smooth. And like I said, I think he just fits the whole entire roster. He got to start. He got to start off the break. He
Okay,
ain't
now I
coming off the
love.
bench.
Now, what do you think about this real quick? Because I want to move. But now they talking about giving it up. What you think about that? I was in rumor saying we might give it up. Now, Will Dawkins is the real MVP. I know Will Dawkins is our general manager. He's making all these moves.
Yeah.
He's basically the Adam Peters of the NBA of our Washington Wizards. So, but he's been making all these moves, bringing Trey Young in.
But
We had Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
All these to pool moving people in. Now it's finally people. At first, nobody wanted to play with us. Stephen A. Smith just said some wild stuff too. He just said that we are just the scum of the basketball earth, and just basically he didn't say it like that, but I put it. That's how I took it, and we're turning around. He don't even. I'm like, what's wrong with you, Steve? You don't see that we turning around, bro.
But home team,
People even want to play with us. LeBron even said it. My bad. Go ahead.
They don't, but they gotta realize too that Will Dawkins, if you all don't know, he the one who built the roster in OKC when they had KD, when they had Russ, and they had James Harden. He was the assistant GM that built that roster, and you see what they did when they was there. And they could have been better than what it is, but I think it took a lot of growth.
He built that championship roster right now that just won a championship. Before he left, that was a lot of his doing. He brought Shea over. Before Shea left, I think he was there around that time. But
that time. But the G League too. He builds that too, and they won the championship. The G League. People don't even know. It's just the little stuff, man.
And that's the crazy thing too. We're gonna talk about that too on the show. We got to. We was definitely supposed to hit those G League games up. But yeah, they don't. And it's crazy though. But anyway, shout out to the Wizards. We finally got a pick. And the lottery draft is amazing. And yeah, it's all good. So guess what? All right, real quick now. Let's switch topics a little bit. Y'all know if y'all want to get at me, the sports channel. The Live from the Field show, best fan sports show in the world. We global, man. Now, back to the Winner Circle podcast with D'Angelo Entertainment and Home Team King. Now, listen, how you feel about this? I love this. I couldn't wait to get to my topic. Hey, ooh, hey, oh yeah. Listen, so entertaining fake-ish. I want to say, but I'm working on the curse word. I might if I need to emphasize some things. But guess what? We're gonna work on it. Entertaining, fake-ish. How you feel about that? Like, and what I mean by that, let me go into detail a little bit. Gossip, small talk, stuff that has no substance. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna swing it to D'Angelo Entertainment. Listen to me. Before I leave here, I'm not gonna I could shoot the breeze. If you get it, but I'm not sitting here talking no BS with you. I'm really not. Like and I don't want you talking no BS. Words to live by. That's it. I ain't gonna be here forever. I don't want to hear a rack of bullshit. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to hear a lot of negative stuff.
Push back a little bit. Push back.
Entertaining, fake-ish, all right? The gossip, the small talk, stuff with no substance. Talk to me, D'Angelo. Tell me how you feel about it.
I think as I got older now, I think a lot of times I ignore the gossip, and I just don't want to hear about it because again, especially I feel like a lot of people gossip when the person's not in the room. But if the person was in the room, you wouldn't have said that.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And I just think that also gossiping is just because people are a lot of people are jealous. And I just think that people don't have to be jealous. You could either join the team or start your own league.
Do you entertain fuckery? How do you feel about people that bring you fuckery, gossip, small talk? Do you shut it down? Do you listen to it just to be
I
passive
just
about
kind
it?
of
What?
blank it out if I'm in the space, and then if it's my opportunity to kind of say, hey, you know what I'm saying, cut it. Like nobody got time for that. Or I kind of get facial expressions like I'm not really interested in all that because we on the high right now, and we need to keep everybody on the high. We need to keep on encouraging people. We need to keep on doing, and I think that's me. I'm the type of person I like to encourage. I like to move people. I like to get people going. I like to keep things going. So for me, I just feel like I ignore it a lot, and I feel like your people should ignore it. Ignore it. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? Because it can kind of bring your energy down.
I don't want to. Don't talk about nobody to me. I don't want to hear nothing negative. Oh, this person, this. I don't want to hear that shit. A lot of oh, girl. And I mean, I guess sometimes it's different. But I'm just talking to my fellow. I'm talking about everybody, females too. Because sometimes it's other things going on out in this. It's more substance, more things.
Yeah,
A lot. The gossip. If you see me, don't bring it around me. It's messing up my energy. All right? I
yeah,
don't need no negative energy around me. I don't need them spirits and none of that around me. Because guess what? And if you're talking about somebody, guess what? You ain't perfect. You done did something. You
everybody
understand
not
what I'm saying?
perfect.
Everybody. So at the end of the day, instead of talking
Everybody's
about
not
people,
perfect.
hey, why don't you figure out ways, hey, how we can help? Hey, man, such and such get on my nerve. Yeah, don't he get on your, hey, he be like trauma bonding. That's enough, like trauma bonding. Like that shit. Do y'all know what I mean by trauma bonding? Okay, for those who don't know, real quick, trauma bonding is, all right, guess what? Me and Greg, me and D'Angelo Entertainment have work at the same job. We can, yeah, man, I hate my job. I hate my, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I hate trauma bonding. Like, engulfing in the drama. It makes some people feel good. Some people they gotta do that, right? With me, I don't. Hey, look, how we gonna get out this? Hey, man, you know what? Me start our own business. Hey, you know what? If somebody else hiring, they gonna pay us. Man. Whatever. We're gonna figure out a way. I need solutions, not problems. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. So that
But
being said, if I need solutions, not problems, I don't
yeah,
need to entertain fuckery.
yeah,
I got too much other stuff I gotta worry about, like
yeah,
getting to the bag, the coins, whatever you want to call it, or just getting better mentally, physically, and spiritually. I don't. If it ain't helping you mentally, physically, and spiritually, don't entertain it. And guess what? Somebody bringing some issue around you. Don't be a lone wolf. Sometimes you got to. Hey,
yeah,
listen, don't bring that shit around. I
yeah.
don't
You
want to
got
hear. It.
to.
Don't. And if that's somebody, and guess what? Another thing, I take up for my friends when they ain't around. I know I got ones that take up for me when I ain't around too. If you bring something to me and you know that's my, hey, look, don't tell me that because don't do that. You know that's my. I don't even give a fuck. Not only that, I'm gonna go back. You gonna put me in a bad
But
position.
if I'm your dog, I'm gonna tell you.
And guess what? That's fine. I can sometimes. Hey, once it leave your mouth, that's another thing. That's why people gotta be careful what they say. Once it leave your mouth, you said it. You said it. You gotta stand on it. So
Yeah,
that you're right about that. But winners, we don't entertain fuckery. We don't want to entertain
yeah,
gossip. We words to live by. I'm not going to, my time here is short. A lot of our time is shorter than what y'all think. I need substance. I need something that's going to carry me to the next level. So,
yes.
but anyway, on to the next thing. Win is win to crash the out. Now, winners, I'm going to tell you something. You always got to keep your composure. I was just telling D'Angelo Entertainment, you must be an oak tree. You know what I mean? I'm walking in the 7-Eleven. There's three YNs in there. And they basically, I said, excuse me, but they didn't move at all. Like literally did not move. And they
Yep.
spent 20 minutes at the line, didn't give a fuck about me. And I'm older than them. I know they were probably young enough to be my son. You know what I'm saying? They got their little masks down. They got these big trench coats and all that stuff, whatever. They probably, they got their legs, their
In the
sticks, their
summertime.
dogs in their legs. It was yesterday. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
kind of nippy yesterday, but it's not hot. Like you could wear a hoodie and be good or like a little, windbreaker. But the point I'm trying to make is they didn't, you know what I'm saying? I said, excuse me. They didn't. I said, excuse
Yeah.
me. I said, excuse me, sir. And then he kind of like looked at me like, but then didn't even really even still move. So I walked past, you know what I'm saying? Brushed him a little bit. He was in the
Respect your
way. He
elders.
was in the way. He kind of looked and was kind of mugging me the whole time. But I
Yeah.
stood in the line. He ain't saying, I'm not going to say nothing. I want him to say something. So I'm standing right there. They take it forever in the line, I guess, because they didn't want to buy. One of them had to buy for two of them. You ever been in line? Two people in line, they together. One person buys something, and then the next person, they together, right? And I get it. They spending their own money. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, come on, what you got? I'm just gonna get that shit and we keep it. But whatever, they youngest, right? Stood there 10 minutes, didn't apologize. None of them didn't say, man, let's get, hey, you want to go, sir? Whatever the case may be. They just stood right there, did what they did, and still
Yeah.
lingered out after he got his change, counted his change while he got the change. Look, counted or making sure, shook his head though. I guess he spent some money he ain't want. Shorty ain't spend no money, some money. I could have curbed. I could like, you know what? At the end of the day, same thing me driving on the street. You understand? Same thing with me driving on the street. I find ways not to crash out, but let me tell you something. It is some things that I'm gonna crash out about. That's a fact. My family, the people that I love. That's it. Other than that, man, listen, if you ain't messing with my family or my money or my livelihood, we good, man. We good. You can talk about me, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got nothing to prove out here. At the end of the day, we still men. But guess what? There's certain things I am gonna crash out. So my real before we get off of this, I know. Family, man. You know what I mean? It's some things you gonna crash out about. And I'm not saying crash, always think. I just gave y'all an example where I had to fall back when I was very upset. I was very rubbed the wrong way. But at the end of the day, I gotta think, hey, look, you know what I'm saying? Hey, when is the time? Hey, sometimes you gotta pick your battles.
Yeah.
However, guess what? I would have crashed out if somebody, I don't know what if somebody would have touched me. Maybe I would have crashed. I would have picked up something. I would have did. I don't know what I would have did. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I would have did. But the point I'm trying to make is you gotta know when to break the rule. But when would you crash out, D'Angelo? Tell me what's gonna really like set you. You might gotta go behind the wall if you had to for that.
I
And
think
you a winner, but and you ain't gonna put too much. You got a lot to lose.
yeah, I got a lot to lose, but also I think also it's a respect thing, and I think a lot of people respect me, and I think when I'm around those good circles and things like that, I think those things really don't happen. Now, if we had an instance where I'm at an event or something like that, and somebody's purposely knocking over something and things like that, yeah, I'm gonna crash out because if something happens, it's gonna break. And then again, the person's not going to be want to say how much it is or how much do I owe you and things like that. And I just think those I think feel like sometimes alcohol, for instance, we can play a part in a lot of situations that I've seen where people, they crash out for no type of reason. I just think people sometimes like drama, man. And I think drama just, people ain't got nothing going on. But I just feel as though, like I said, people should just always think about what's going to affect you after this. You know what I'm saying? What's going to affect you if you do this? Just think about it twice. Just take a deep breath. Think about it twice. How this going to affect you and what it's going to do. And just keep that in mind. Everything that you do, always keep it in mind.
Hey, if you can handle the consequence, hey, because at the
Yeah,
end of the day, we all got to answer for everything we do, especially on this earth. And
yeah,
guess what? When we leave here too. So, no,
yep.
great, D'Angelo Entertainment. Hey, listen, Winner Circle podcast. Let's
Episode
go.
7. D'Angelo Entertainment. We here at the Winner Circle. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comments. We on all platforms. You can't miss us. We drop every Wednesday. Y'all gotta make sure y'all tune in. You know what I'm saying? We talk about a lot of good stuff on this show. And we global. We're around the world. Come on. You would knowledge yourself. You would get a lot of good life skills on this show. And we gonna keep everything 1,000. Straight like that. Cause that's what we doing. Balling.
All right, we back.
Back.
Check this
Episode
out.
7.
Episode 7. Oh, yeah, by the way, don't forget, if you didn't already, hit the like button, okay? Make sure you hit the subscribe bell as well. If you loving the content, make sure you share, all right?
Show us some love, baby.
Winner Circle. Hey, listen, we coming from a totally different aspect, okay? We winning. I know it's a lot of drama out there. We just talking about drama. Probably this ain't, if you looking for this, ain't it, all right? If you want to get some substance and something to, some soul food, you know what I mean? Something to mentally, physically, and spiritually, we try and move forward. So that's what we're talking about. And hey, we bring up some things that we got to bring up. So on to the next thing. Winner Circle. Winners only. Opportunists, good or bad. Are opportunists good or bad? Could they be good and bad at the same time? Your take on it, D'Angelo Entertainment.
We can take on that because the opportunity, let's say for the rallies. For the rallies, I had an opportunity that came about. It was my idea to talk to do the rallies, but my opportunity was brought about where it gave me the event space, high social. I was introduced to them. Shout out to high social too. Like I
High
said,
social.
what
Had
I'm
a
saying.
great time.
Hey, had shout out to Christine. Shout out to Chuck. All them. Also, a couple of NFL players. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna mention them, but a couple of NFL players that I have relationships with. But the opportunity brought me to them. Also to the DJs, DJ levels. Also, I was able to build my relationship with Stacks. You know what I'm saying? He's at you know what I'm saying he DJed at one of the rallies that I met through the opportunities, you know what I'm saying, that came about. And I was able to build my relationships off of that. It just goes a long way. And now we're doing bigger things than what we did at the rallies. You know what I'm saying? I got the relationship with levels and I was able to kind of do those things. And then I got Stacks, which he DJs 2 days a week at La Cause Seafood. And, you know what I'm saying, able to build my relationship with the NFL players and, having those things that we got a lot of works, that's coming about. Um, and just having those relationships that I would have never met if I didn't have that thing that had happened. And I'm just thankful for it. And I just always, like I said, doing right by people. You know what I'm saying? Doing the right things and just, cause you never know where it takes you. I'm actually my mom said this the other day and I really didn't look at it. She was talking about living a dream. Like you're living a dream. You know what I'm saying? You're actually connected with your favorite players. Like, I go from watching these people to really like having their phone. Like if I get my phone right now, like I got these people in my contacts that I talk to on
That's
the
a fact.
regular. And I would have never thought that in my lifetime, you know what I'm saying, to be able to do that. But that just goes about doing the right things and just, building those relationship networking. I'm always networking, but I'm all about relationships because those relationships have got me to get to things where I want to continue to go. But I'm living in a dream.
Hey, that's good.
And
No,
it's
I like what you're doing.
all thanks to God because a lot of times I could have crashed out. But I also,
Better
took
praise
care
him,
of
most
business.
definitely.
So
Better praise.
yeah,
Amen to
that's
that,
my
man.
take on that though.
Thank you, Lord. Most definitely. No,
Yeah,
but opportunists. I mean, so that's a good way. That's a good. Hey, sometimes you got to be ready when you're opportunity. So, opportunists in a good way. Yeah, you have to be ready. Number one,
yeah,
like just like. So what was just saying, like being a boxer, the right boxer, the great boxers, hey, they train all year round because you never know, especially if they up and coming, you never know when they got that big fight, right?
yeah.
The ones that just train when it's time to fight, come on.
Nah, train for
You know what I mean?
everything.
Hey, all these guys, Tank training right now. Floyd even be training, right? Because he never know, right? Like, and these are championships. So, and the guys, the underdogs, so that's the same thing. You have to be ready for your opportunity. When it comes to being bad, you know, when you start like like doing switching up or kind of like doing things you wouldn't do with your day ones just for opportunity. I mean, because my thing is like this, right? If if I'm with 5 people, if I'm with 10 people, for one thing, I'm gonna make sure we good anyway. We don't need to be embarrassed. The people I be around, we don't, we don't,
Nah, we ain't doing
we don't
that.
get embarrassed.
Nah,
So
we
I'm gonna
ain't
make
doing
sure when I
that,
get
bro.
there, hey, we got this many people, we got these many tickets, that
Yeah,
many boom, boom, we there. If I get there, it should be like that. Now, if it's come to a point where I've been there with my peoples,
yeah,
and one of us, so to four of whoever can't get in, look, one come, we all come. All
yeah,
right. For one thing, we're not going four of us going. Then what if the other five can? They outside, something happens. So no, everybody getting in. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Or we rolling out, or we gonna turn them up, or we gonna just turn the motherfucker upside down. That's what we gonna do. But opportunity, sometimes you gotta know when, because guess what? Your morality, your loyalty to your friends, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Just, it's special when a friend do that. If you with somebody and they turn you away and your
yeah,
people say, nah, you know how that feel. I've been on both sides of it. I've had to make sure my people's in, and I've been, nah, you can't, nah, hold on, nah. You see what I'm saying? So I know how that feel, and I don't want nobody to feel like that. A lot of people, they revel in people's like
yeah,
misery. Like, but that's when opportunity. Oh, like, oh, I did this, but you didn't.
yeah,
Like, and that's fine. I get it. Everybody, and sometimes you can't take everybody everywhere. So I get that too. So you got to know, one of the things. And I'm gonna tell you, it's a quote today: know when to break the rule. You know what I'm saying? It's always rules. Know when to break the rules. And we in the politics right now anyway. So guess what? Like I told you, hey, politics can make a right situation wrong or a wrong situation right. It don't
yeah,
matter. So, but being an opportunist, it's a good way. It's a bad way. That's bad if you see, you'll do anything for an opportunity. Sometimes you got people jumping out their body on the internet for opportunity. And I get it. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? That's how they feel like that's their niche. And that's their lane. Like us,
yeah,
we got our lane. D'Angelo Entertainment, he got his own lane. I got my own lane. You know what I mean? But guess what? Nobody is doing, you carve your lane to the point where nobody can mimic you. Because it's
in that lane.
your footprints all on that joint. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Winner circle, our footprints all on the joint. We ain't trying, it's nothing like this. And this See a podcast. My show, the Live from the Field show, best fan sports show in the world. Who teach you how to be a super fan going to the games in the drip, all that. And we talking sports.
Yeah.
When the last time somebody asked you to be on your show? Huh. I'm just saying. It's one in a lifetime opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good, and sometimes, and the ugly part, when you have an opportunity for somebody and you feel like, have you ever seen somebody miss out on an opportunity? Because it could be a lot of things. It could be they wasn't ready. Sometimes it could be
You gotta stay ready.
it could be things outside
Stay
of
ready. You
themselves.
ain't
It could
gotta
be
get ready.
altering your brain. You might want to alter your brain too much. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to, you might miss an opportunity. Just you not being ready. You know what I mean? Just, hey, being around, the opposite sex when you want to, you want to lay up and you just want to be all up. Like, have you ever, hey, fellas, y'all ever laid up? And guess what? You missed out on a lot of money. You missed out on like $300-400, like laying up. Some real men, businessmen, time costs them money. They can't be laying up with you. That's why I gotta. He never stays in. Yeah. You right. I can't. Like, we're not doing that. You understand? We got, hey, time. Well, I hate that saying. Time isn't money because time is way more valuable than money. But at the end of the day, time is money in the United States. Time. When time is ticking, you want to be turning a dollar.
Yes.
That's why we have residual income. That's why we building what we building now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This podcast, hey, our kids gonna be listening to this for years. We're gonna be straight. Hey, that money gonna go. Hey, he can say, hey, you know what? He might say we might have 3 podcasts at this. D'Angelo might have his own show out of this. This show could go to Nevaeh. The other one could go to the little. Like, you never know. You understand what I'm saying? So, but again, opportunity, man. Good, bad, ugly. Hey, listen.
Met you a day in their life. So stop measuring your worth by silence of people who aren't even your target audience.
This was a TikTok video that was sent to me by one of my friends. And, I just wanted to share a little bit of it. I didn't play the whole thing. I played a little bit of it. But what he's getting to is a lot of times. So I got a lot of friends on social media. I got a lot of people, they ask me questions and they ask me for advice all the time, every single day. I can show you my DM. TikTok, Instagram, all that, right? Threads, whatever. And I let them know, hey, your biggest supporters sometimes are not going to be your family. It might not be your brother. It might not be your sister. Yeah. It might not be your nephew. It might not be, you would think that, right? Oh, look, you want them to see you excited with what you're doing. Hey, look, you know what I mean? But guess what? And it's not that they don't look. It's just like they know your ass. They know you from back. They still see sometimes, like your friends, my friends. A lot of my friends. Now, not my circle. Y'all know who y'all are. But my other friends, they just remember me as the same Kenny. Y'all do. So sometimes it's kind of hard, right? And I told my people, I just finished telling somebody this the other day. It's hard for them to see anything, but that's fine. They're not my target audience. I love them. I appreciate them. I still support them, what they're doing. They support me. They watch, and I know they watch, but they're not my target audience. It's the people that never met me a day in their life. You should see it's crazy. You know what I mean? Y'all seen the show. So, and again, being celebrated, not tolerated. It's all, and that's a winning trait. Knowing when, and it makes you feel good. Not only that, you just know your worth being celebrated. You know, if you've been celebrated, you know when you've been tolerated. It's just crazy. It's just that simple. Yeah. But anyway, how you feel about that clip, man? Because it was actually sent by one of our, shout out to DJ Woody, man. Shout out to DJ Woody, man. We ain't got to, because he said, hey, you know what I mean? So, but what you think when you got that? You was like, what was you thinking when you read? Like, what was going through your mind? Like, how did you feel about that? Did it relate to you? Did it tap in with you?
It really did tap into me. I had to go back and look at the video. I kind of like skimmed through it early because I didn't have the time. It really, when I watched it the second time, really helped me to understand the video. And I just think that, like I said, we do look for our close friends and we do look for our, close peers to repost our stuff and to shout us out and do things like that. And it do kind of feel as though, why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? Why are we here? Why are we, putting in time to do this and talk about this? And I just think that, we have a purpose. And don't go off of with your friends and peers because we want those things to happen, but also know why you're doing this. Stay on course and stay in your lane and know why you're doing this. Because again, everybody got a purpose, and we all got a purpose of why we doing. We have a purpose why we doing this. We've been playing this for a while, but we have a purpose of why we doing this.
No, you gotta love it, man. Like at the end of the day, I could tell just on your face when we talk, you love this, man. That's why you love being. You show up and you show out every single time. So it's you gotta love this at the end of the day. Guess what? If I really technically, I wasn't making no bread doing it. I was spending a lot of more spending money. I wasn't making it. So you gotta really love this, but it ain't even about that. And guess what? Keep in mind, the more you put in, the more you get. People used to laugh at me, D'Angelo Entertainment, right? Because they're like, oh, you got a show. Well, how much you making off of that show? I just shot the freaking pilot. I'm like, what do you mean? What I'm making off this show? Like, have you ever built? Oh, I forgot. I'm sorry. It's like asking a million. Well, somebody who never had a million or millions in their bank account. How does it feel to have a million? Or what would you do? What do you advise me to do? They never had it. How they gonna tell you?
Yeah.
So people don't even believe in themselves. Like I told you, how they gonna believe in me, D'Angelo Entertainment, nothing. So first and foremost, you got to believe in yourself. You know what I mean? And like I said, don't worry about your likes. Don't worry about all the views just yet. You got to keep posting. Hey, I still don't get a lot of likes. I don't get as many likes as I think I should. I think my content is the best. I think I'm the GOAT. Really, like I really think I think I'm on another level. But guess what? It don't matter.
It's not.
And really, it don't even matter.
You know you're the GOAT.
No, not even. I'm just saying. Exactly. In my mind, I feel like I'm on another level with it, and I still humble myself, and I still give props to those who paved the way. But at the end of the day, I feel like I'm on another level, and I feel like this is something that is divine.
Yes.
The Lord told me anyway. He said, listen, it ain't for nobody else. I made this just for you. This is your lane. This is for you to do. Yep. You know what I mean? And that's that. But, again, I didn't always, I get down. Sometimes I used to get down. But then it's to the point now where it's just like quality, over quantity, definitely. But guess what? Still, you got to put your foot on the gas. Sometimes you got to stay consistent. And sometimes staying consistent is just flooding it. You know what I mean? Flooding it. You know what I mean? Beat like, and you got to beat your chest with it. So, don't worry about and a lot of time. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna swing it to you, D'Angelo, because I want to know something. I want to ask you a question. The instant gratification. Yes. Is the killer of everything. Also, you looking at other people's stuff, trying to, comparing. Okay, this comparing your worth. Why? Yeah. We are all human. We all the same. Like I said, these classes and social classes, all these things, that's been since the beginning of time, it's made to divide us. It's made to, guess what? Like I told y'all, if you don't wipe your ass, it stink. So we're human. We're human. You ain't invincible. Guess what? If you get pierced with something sharp, something hits your skin and it's sharp enough, it's gonna kill you. It's gonna puncture you. You're not superhuman. You're not like who do y'all think y'all are for real? You know what I'm saying? So, and ask yourself, who is these people that you so worried about impressing? Who are they? Earthlings? Who are they? Who are they? So guess what? Keep posting, keep doing, and don't worry about the instant gratification. Those people that know you, expect them people that know you because they know you, and that's your instant No, keep working, keep building. You got to plant that seed, man. And don't worry about it because guess what? Your strongest supporters are the people that don't even know you.
Your time is coming.
Energy. Listen, so a lot of times, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people, a lot of these Scientology and all that stuff, and, people, atheists, they believe, they use energy in a way. When I use energy, I use it in another way because really it's spirit. It's your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Really, a lot of the energy, what you think the energy holding this earth is?
God.
Exactly. A lot of people think the earth hangs on nothing.
Yeah, the
earth hangs on. So where's the energy? How do you think the sun is going around? How do you think the earth is moving?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that's energy, really. But they say energy, like the Big Bang Theory. All this super energy came and the earth came. Are you really? I'm just saying. And comment if y'all. Hey, look, I definitely want y'all in the YouTube community to because it's a no holds bar. Yeah. It wasn't a big. Listen, I don't believe it was a big bang. Listen, nothing from nothing leaves from nothing. Okay, that's it. Something created this. Now, let me say this real quick. Energy. All right, negative energy and positive energy. Okay, now. We got a little bit on spiritual. Guess what? Of course it's going to be that, right? You got God, okay? And you got the devil. That's just what it is. Yeah. That's just what it is. So you're going to have negative and positive energy. Now, negative energy, I want to say this. Don't bring negative energy. I think D'Angelo Entertainment filters. Don't bring up. Matter of fact, This is my dog right here. What's best for, what's good for him is good for me and vice versa. Don't bring him no negative energy.
Yeah.
Don't tell him somebody talking about him. Don't tell him about, he don't even really want to know. For if it ain't positive, now, if it's something that need to be known, need to be addressed, yeah. But if it ain't positive, we don't want to hear it, okay? We don't want to hear about you being on our podcast either. Because guess what? At the end of the day, everything brings value. D'Angelo Entertainment is here because he brings value. I'm here because I bring value. Our producer is here because they bring value. All right, you know, D'Angelo Entertainment knows how this started. He know, we all know. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. You understand what I mean? So at the end of the day, and we appreciate that. We definitely gonna have guests soon. But at the end of the day,
I love both.
We have to build our energy and build our, you know what I'm saying? But that's negative energy. Oh, let me be on your pod. Why don't you support us first? You could be on, but I mean, put in work, because this dude supported me. I'm 20 episodes in. He supported me from day one. You know what I mean? And that's why I got love for D'Angelo Entertainment, and he was perfect for this, man. Forget, not even this podcast, man, I'm tight, even if we wasn't on a pod together, but he's perfect for this. Not only is he responsible, you know what I mean? I know he's dependable, you know what I mean? His energy is amazing. You understand what I'm saying? He a family man. He don't have no ill will in him. I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? He already told, and I knew it stabbed him when he told me he feels bad when he do stuff wrong. Like, he feel, remember you told me you got caught, like, you don't like doing wrong. Like, and it's a bad feeling. That negative energy, like when you steal, like we was talking about stealing and shit, when you steal, when you lie, it's all bad energy. It's all bad energy, and you bringing that around you, and all it's doing is elevate more. But guess what? You can stop it. Sometimes people are bringing the negative energy. You never been so happy, of course, and you got to be an oak tree though. You still got to keep, and sometimes you got to turn that negative into a positive too. Sometimes you got to it's the Lord might be trying to make you turn that negative person just shining a light on you, because sometimes when somebody mad at you, sometimes you can cheer them up too. Sometimes, but a lot of time, misery love company, they won't be like happy again unless you're mad, unless the energy is shifted to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead. I know you want to.
Like I said, I was just saying about when we on the subject about positive energy and negative energy. Those things right there can make you or break you.
Oh yeah.
And reason I'm saying that is because we had negative comments about our podcast.
You heard something negative? I ain't heard. You know what? I ain't paying attention.
Oh,
you heard some negative stuff?
I mean,
What'd you hear? Now, did somebody say I need to stop smoking the hookah? All cool, but guess what? I'm a grown man. You worried about you watching another? Now that was a guy. I heard it was a guy. You another grown man watching another grown man smoking the hookah? Nah, so hey, thank you, bro. We're gonna work on that though. But anyway, but yeah, like, who said something negative? Let's talk about. Hey, bro, let me tell you something.
I ain't gonna say
they got the right one, and I don't know aggressive shit, and I don't know aggressive. Let's address it.
But we're gonna take everything.
We'll bring. Do you know? If you don't know the exact, I don't know. Do you? If you do, if you don't, I'll find it and we'll bring it on episode 8. You know what I'm saying? We definitely we'll address it because y'all want to hear this. We can talk about it. And guess what? If y'all got any constructive criticism, please. We don't want this to be barbershop talk. We don't. We want to give y'all jewels, and we want to drop game.
We dropping game. We dropping game.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I like positive, negative energy because it also sometimes when you could stay too much on the positive, you get comfortable. And I also think with negative, when you hear negative comments or negative things, it could be two ways. It could be either you're doing really good, or you need to tighten up on some things. And
constructive criticism. No, I get you. But you gotta know, and but it's all about the intention. You gotta. It depends on the person, D'Angelo Entertainment.
It does. But we're gonna talk about us, and I'm just every time I go in here, I go just based off of how people can go about saying facing the world. Every day we go out here facing the world. You can come into work with a great spirit. You know what I'm saying, and you got that one coworker that come in. You know what I'm saying, that is a Debbie Downer. You know what I'm saying, he's a Debbie Downer. He comes in there. He always talking negative and stuff, but you always got to just stay high. Stay high. You know what I'm saying? And
or alleviate yourself from the situation. I don't even want to be.
Sometimes though, what you got to do? You got to
work with the person.
You got to work with the person, but you also got to continue on. You know what I'm saying? Go about your day because that person gonna feed off your energy.
Right? No. Do you feel comfortable? Is it comfortable enough, especially on your job? Because sometimes you just don't want. You ain't got no problem. Because somebody might say something wrong. It might throw you off. But do it come a time when you be like, hey, look, man, I'm not going through something right now, but mentally, physically, I'm on another. I don't want to hear any negative stuff,
Yeah.
man. And I really think you shouldn't worry about it. And sometimes, it's and a lot of times, we some we some punks, not you. I'll just say we some punk. Cause sometimes I've done it. I wanted to be passive. I should have told somebody something, but I ain't want to ruffle no feathers, so I didn't say nothing. But I really should have said something. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you, you have to know when to break the rule too, because that's the time and place. I feel as though to come to have that conversation.
Yeah.
But I feel like if a person's always negative, I ain't gotta do it. It ain't what I call lights, camera, action. Like I'm gonna pull you have any, I'm gonna pull you to the side, and vice versa. Hey, pull me to, and I get responses from that better. I've had a person literally down my throat, one in my neck, wanted to take rip, wanted to get me out of there.
Yeah.
I said, you know what? I tell you what, you bite me, come right here. Me and you, nobody, me and you, right here. No, I don't want this lights, camera, action. And guess what? When we got to each other, it was a situation, but it wasn't even as deep as we made it. It was a lot because there wasn't no communication. There wasn't no communication. I'm telling you, if you get two men in front, if they really at odds and you get them without nobody around, if it's really a problem, they gonna tear the motherfucker apart. Yeah. And they might need that. Yeah. As men, we might need that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I tell you this, at this point now, it can get crunchy too, because sometimes men, we ain't gonna take too many ass whoopings. Somebody getting killed. That stick coming out. You know what I mean? And especially in my area. DMV, Washington, D.C., PG County, you know what I mean? That definitely, it's gonna get like that. But you understand what I'm saying? Anyway, negative energy, positive energy.
Cap on
us at the winner circle, we ain't with it. Hey, listen, we're all about mentally, physically, and spiritually growing. Do you agree with that, D'Angelo? I don't know. I know you do.
I definitely do.
100, 1,000, right?
1,000 agree with it. Because, like I said, I love my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Amen.
And like you said, he is the reason for everything that has what I have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not D'Angelo Entertainment if I didn't have my Lord and Savior.
Amen. The Lord of all hosts. The Lord of all hosts. All hosts.
Get yourself together.
All hosts.
Like I said, by the way, shout out to all our mothers. Happy Mother's Day to y'all. Shout out to Mama Janice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mama Jones. Shout out to Mama Patterson. Shout out to all the mothers. Y'all the real superheroes.
Most definitely.
Y'all the one, brung us into this world. And we wanted to say, we want to thank you all. Appreciate you all. Appreciate you ones that tuning in, looking at our show.
Yeah.
Leave us that comment. And, I wanted to say thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to all the mothers. Love, love, love.
Most definitely. Much love. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Mama Jones. Yeah. Shout out to Miss Janice. Hey, we sent her on a cruise. I ain't post nothing with my mother, but it's all good. She on a cruise right now. But it's all good. Much love to Mom. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers that watch the show. We really appreciate y'all. And we should have had something. Don't worry, we'll have something special for y'all maybe next season, next year. But anyway, so before we leave real quick, we're going to close the show. All right, real quick. Cat Williams versus Kevin Hart. Now, as y'all know, Kevin Hart had a roast. All right, he was roasted by 9 to 10 other comedians, including Cat Williams, his enemy. And I ain't know until like last year they was beefing. I didn't even know until I guess nobody knew since Shay Shay interview, all right? But he actually disrespected the crap out of Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart actually apologized, which I don't know how to feel. As a winner, I respect Kevin Hart. Actually, I know Cat like, what else was he gonna do? What else you gonna do, Kevin? You know what I'm saying? After he roasted, what else you gonna do? Yeah. You know what I mean? What else you gonna do? I roasted his ass. He couldn't say it. He had to apologize. And Cat actually shook his hand and all that. But anyway, that was crazy. How you feel about that? And was that a good move by Kevin Hart, or was he? What you think about that? Was he disrespected too? But he still. I mean, that's the only thing he could do, I think, man.
First of all, I am a big Cat Williams fan over Kevin Hart.
Me too.
And if anybody know, and it was true to what he said, when things came about today, especially with the Diddy situation. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? With the Diddy situation came about. But like I said, I wanted to go off of we're powered by Truth Teller Network. We're sponsored by Neve Hookah. 6 days a week at La Cause Seafood. We always got some vibes going on up there. Also, make sure y'all check out Live from the Field show. If y'all want to talk some good fan talks, like I said, we got the Commander season releasing on Thursday.
Yep, most definitely, man. And we got that number one pick, my Wizards. Hey, shout out to Truth Telling Network, all right? Hey, Nevaeh Hookah smoking on that bomb hookah and the coconut. Remember, we got the special non-carbonated codes, okay? And guess what? If you want to promote on our platform, hey, the door's open. Check us out. We are growing, but guess what? Our numbers is crazy. We have over 15,000 views a month, okay? 15,000. That's great for our numbers are off the roof for us. Episode 7. So anyway, shout out to everybody,
And
all the sponsors.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Also, let us know what you want us to talk about.
Oh yeah, leave us some stuff in the YouTube community.
You want us to go ahead and chime on and be on the segment.
Definitely.
But like I said, we love our fans.
All right,
Appreciate
man.
y'all.
Episode 7. We signing out.
We out.
Truth Teller.